You're welcome to another exciting tutorial with Kunmi. In this episode, I will be sharing with you how I make my trousers. I have been using this method for a while now, a couple of years actually, and it has never failed me. I use it for my wide leg pants, I use it for pencil pants, I use it for my shorts, I use it for long trousers, palazzos, knickers, jumpsuits, anything, name it. And briefly, I will be sharing with you a couple of designs I have made with the method. Here is a white pant for a client, likewise this. I also did these shorts with the method, likewise these jumpsuits and this wide leg pants for myself actually. Let's get started. So here is the fabric I will be using for this tutorial. I am just trying to see if I have enough quantity of fabric on fold. I just don't want to waste my fabric. As you can see, it's folded into two and we will be starting with the front piece. It's going to have a waistband of 1.5, so my marking will start from 1.5. My crotch is going to be 11.5. So I place my tape on where my waistband would be, and then I measured all the way to my crotch. It's 11, so I just added 0.5 inch to it for sewing allowance, and from that 11.5 I went upward by 2 inches, and that's my hip line. Then I marked my knee length. As you can see, starting from 1.5, my knee length is 22. Can you see? And right here, the length of this trouser is 43, but I marked 45. That means we have 2 inches for sewing allowance. Out of that 2 inches, 1.5 is going to be for the hemming allowance of the trouser, and the remaining 0.5, I believe by the time I attach my waistband to the waist of the trouser, it's going to jump up a little by 0.5 inch. So that's what the remaining 0.5 inch is going to be meant for. I hope you understand. So what I marked here is 1.5. It's going to be for the hemming of the trouser, while the remaining 0.5 inch is going to be for um attaching the waist to the band. By the time you stitch here and there, it's going to jump up a little. So I'm just confirming. I have at the base there, when I checked, I had 15 inches. I want to confirm. I want the width of this fabric to be the same, so I'm just going to trim off the excess. I hope you understand. I'm going to check right here again and mark 15. Just want the width to be the same. Already that place is 15, so I'm just going to let me mark one more time. I have a really short ruler. Can you see? I'm just going to trim off. The next thing I will do is to come to my waist region and mark 1 inch, then connect to the hip line, just as you can see. Then I'll come to the hem of the pants and mark 2 inches. So I marked 2 inches here, but usually I use 2.5. It just skipped my mind and I use 2 inches, but I really love to use 2.5. If it were to be my shorts, I would have marked 1.5 at the knee area, or wherever the short is going to stop. Can you see? From that 2 inches that we marked at the hem of the trouser, I connected with my ruler to the hip line just to create some measure of curve right there. I'll come to the waist, divide my waist by 4 and add 2 inches sewing allowance to it. I'll come over to the hip. My hip is 41. I just want a little bit of ease around that, so I'll make it 42 divided by 4 plus 2. So I have marked 13.5 right there. My lap divided by 2 plus 1. You won't divide your lap by 4. You're going to divide by 2 and add 1 inch to it. So just connect together in this manner and give this region a slight curve. So to my actual knee, my knee is 18. The roundness of my knee is 18. If you measure my knee firmly, it's 17. So if you want for ease, you are going to fold your knee. So it's safe to say that my knee is 18, but I'm going to be exaggerating my knee. So I'll divide it out, whatever figure you decide on using, divide it by 2, just like you did for your lap, and add your sewing allowance to it, which is 1 inch. Don't go beyond 1 inch sewing allowance. Whatever I have at my knee area, I'll just minus 1.5 from it and connect together. I just realized that I was about quarter of an inch away at the hip line, so I'm just going to reconnect and give it a slight curve. Just as you saw in the video that began this tutorial, I the trouser is pencil, so I later changed my mind when I realized most of my trousers are wide leg. So I decided to make it pencil. So what I simply did is to use that 18, which is my actual knee measurement. So eventually I reduced my knee measurement to 18 divided by 2 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. That's 10. Then I came over to the hem of the trouser, and I decided to use 12 inches for my ankle. So I divided 12 by 2 and I added 1 inch as sewing allowance to it. That's what I eventually did. I initially wanted it to be a wide leg pant. So if you want it to be a wide leg pant, just exaggerate your knee, and whatever you have at the knee, remove 1.5 inch from it and mark it at the hem of your trouser. So I'm going to trim off the excesses at the side of the pant, just as you see me do. I will trim off the 1 inch slant we did. This is what we have. I will come to the waist of my front piece, and at the center I will come down by 1 inch and slant it all the way to the side of the trouser. Does this sound familiar? We do this for our skirts as well. I won't trim it off yet. I will use this pattern to cut the back piece before trimming off. So I have folded another piece of fabric. This one is wider than the front piece. That's because it's going to be bigger than the front piece. I'm going to position it like this. You would see that there is space at the top of the trouser. It's deliberate. So the first difference the back piece has is that it's going to be wider at the crotch. It's going to be wider at the waist. At the waistline, I'm going to extend by 1 inch and I'll connect to the hip line. Can you see? I'll come to the center of the waist. It's going to be higher as well. And I will extend by 1 inch upward. I'm not starting from that 1 inch slant. I'm starting from the actual start of the waistline. I'll go up by 1 inch and I'm going to slant it like this to the side. I will come over to the crotch and extend by 1.5. I have exactly 1.5, and I'm going to connect. It's going to be the same right here upward, and you will connect like this. I will come over to the knee and extend by zero point 0.5 and connect. I will come to the hem of the trouser and connect. I will extend it by zero point 0.5 as well. You will notice that I keep slanting the sewing allowance. That's the right way to do it. And I'm going to connect like this. Don't forget that I later turned this trouser to a pencil trouser where I made use of my exact knee measurement. My knee measurement is 18. That divided by 2, that gives me 9 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So I marked 10. Then I came over to the hem of the trouser. I used 12 inches for the for my ankle, circumference of my ankle. I divided it by 2 and I added 1 inch sewing allowance to it. So to the back piece, I also extended it by zero point 0.5. I did it exactly the way I'm showing you. I extended it at the waist, I extended it at the center waist, I extended it at the crotch, and this way I adopted the same technique. I'm just saying that I later penciled it. So give specific regions some notching. This is the sewing allowance I'm going to notch. I'm doing the notching for both the front and the back. You are going to really need this by the time you start stitching. And as simple as what we are doing right now is, you will be so frustrated if you did not notch it. Now I can trim off the slanting that I did at the start of this tutorial. The next thing I will do is to fold my back piece at the waist, locate the midpoint and give it a notch. This is the back piece. So to the left hand side of my notching, the notching that I did on the waist, I'll mark 0.5. To the right hand side, I'll mark 0.5. I will determine how long I want my dart to be. I'm going to indicate it. I'll connect the center to the length of the dart and I'll connect like this. I'll repeat the same process for this piece as well. Now this is the front piece. Come in by 2 inches at the waist, come down by 7 inches at the side of the pant. We are trying to carve out the pocket for the trouser. Give it a very slight curve right here. Then you are going to trim it out. So I have gotten 2 pieces of fabric, each at the same size. It's 12 inches long. This is the exact length I want, but I want it to be 7 inches wide. What I have right now is wider than 7 inches, so I will reduce it to 7 inches. I will connect my marking and trim off. I have trimmed, as you can see, and like I said, it's 12 inches long and it's 7 inches wide. So what I did right here is to come down by 2 inches like you saw, and I'm just giving the region a curve and I've trimmed it out. So try as much as possible to use a depth of 12 inches as well if you would like to be using your pocket and you wouldn't want whatever you keep in there to fall out. So I have placed the fabric underneath the front piece, one side of the pocket, and I've trimmed it out. Can you see? So I'm going to get one piece of the pocket. If the fabric you are using for this trouser has front and back, so at the point of cutting your trouser, it's going to be right side facing right side, so you don't end up cutting pockets for just left hand side of your trouser and then the other one won't fit in. I hope you understand. Position it like this, stitch and overlock. I also top stitched. Can you see? The next thing I will do is to fold. Can you see? Fold the pocket like this. The curvy part of the pocket is the one that is down. The upper part of the pocket is the part that is straight. So you are going to stitch like this, and overlock only this part. So when you do it, this is what you should have. When you do it, you come back and flip it like this. You ensure it's well positioned. This process takes a little bit of caution. Just be patient. You are going to stitch the upper part. Can you see? I have stitched the dart, and this is what I have. Can you see? Can you see how I stitched it? I just thought to bring it closer to you. Seems the I had to later check that pocket that I had difficulty adjusting, and then I realized that I didn't top stitch appropriately, so I lose it and I top stitched again. Then the pocket was well laid. So right now I'm going to place the back piece on the front piece and I'm going to pin. I will pin all the way to the hem of the pant. Can you see? This is the side of the pant. At the waist, come in by 1 inch. Connect it to the hip line. So because we notch the hip line, we'll be able to easily identify it. So at the hip line, you come out by 0.5. It's that 0.5 that you will mark all the way to the hem of the pant. But at the waistline, you are going to mark 1 inch. I hope you understand. Mark 1 inch at the waist. When you get to the hip, mark 0.5. So continue with that 0.5 all the way to the hem of the pant. Go ahead and stitch, then overlock. I hope you understand. So I have stitched. So this is where I want my zipper to be. I reversed. I decided on where I wanted the zipper to be to stop. So I reversed that region. I weaved separately at first, and later on I joined together to weave. I will show you what I'm trying to explain. So to fit your trouser, you are going to open up like this. Your crotch line is now the new side of the trouser. Can you see? So you place your tape like this, then you place your waist measurement, mark half of your waist measurement. Whatever allowance you have left, divide it into two and share it with both sides of your waist. So at the point of cutting, I made a mistake. My waist is 28 divided by 4 plus 2 inches was supposed to give me 9. So instead of 9, I marked 8 inches. I don't know how that happened. So that's why I don't have enough sewing allowance at the waist. But I'm just going to manage and ensure that I don't have weight at my waist region so that I can wear the trouser for long. So I'm going to connect. I'm just going to use about 1/4 inch upward. I will stitch. After stitching this side, I will go over to the other side. I will flip, insert the measurements on the other side, and stitch. So when you are stitching, let's just say from the crotch, you come in by 1 inch. I don't exactly measure, I just gauge. So stop your stitching somewhere here. We'll continue work from there later. So I have stitched both sides. Can you see? So you are going to hold your fabric at this point like this, and you are going to stitch with 0.5. Do you understand? This is the center of the trouser now. After all of this sewing, I still came back to slim fit it. That was at the point where I reduced my knee to 18 and then ankle to 12. So, but this is the exact process that I followed in sewing. So this is the side of the trouser I have overlocked, like I said. This is the side where my zipper will be. I weave individually, I stopped at my discretion, and then I put the two sides together and overlocked together. Can you see? Open up that region and give it a good press. You know we stopped at 1 inch the other time at the crotch region. Look at the opening we have. So you are going to close it up. I gave the hem of the trouser 1.5 inch sewing allowance. Just fold it. This is the zipper I will use. Can you see I have folded the hem of the trouser with 1.5 inch sewing allowance. I did the same for the other side as well. I have attached my zipper. I have a tutorial where I talked extensively on how to attach your invisible zipper. I'll drop the links for you in the description box if you've not seen it. I won't be going through the process of attaching your waistband. I have a couple of tutorials where I talked extensively on how to cut and attach your waistband. So I'll be dropping the link for you in the description box as well. If I didn't slim fit the knee area, this is what I would have had. You know, I initially wanted a wide leg pant. This is what I would have had. After reducing what I initially marked at the knee area to my exact knee measurement and reducing what I initially marked at the ankle to my exact ankle measurement, this is what I have. This is the back. The 1 inch that I came up with at the waist of the back piece enabled my butt to sit in well at the back. With this, we've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will also be in the comment section in case you need more clarification. Thank you so much for watching.